been a while, but we're finally back on the Saloon. I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably wondering, well, what's happened? It's been a few weeks. Have you done anything on it? And the simple answer to that is no, I haven't. May is, and always has been, as far back as I can remember in the mini scene, a busy month for shows. You've got Riviera Run, which is always the first bank holiday weekend. That's usually followed by Himley and Retro Rides. This year I've had Riviera Run, which I had to get my estate ready for, and then the following weekend was Retro Rides, so 2 shows back to back on 2 weekends. So that meant that this has took a bit of a back foot. Now, I had planned to carry on finishing off the wire and loom on this car, but there were certain things that got in the way, and I'll try and overlay a couple of pictures of just how bad it was. But essentially, I knocked a paint can over, and then that subsequently hit the manifold, which is resting on the floor underneath me, exploded, spun round the entirety of the garage floor, all at the front panel, all underneath the car, and then came to rest at the back of the rear valance, then subsequently spraying black paint all at the back of the car. And yeah, it was not pretty. As you can imagine, it didn't go down well. Caused a lot of hassle, and took a lot of time to rectify. 6 bottles of nail polish remover later, and 90% of the black paint had come off. Took 2 days to sort of sort the back end out and the rear valance, followed by another day underneath the car with it on stands and all inside the front. There's still a few specks here and there that I've got to go back over, but they're sort of mainly in inconspicuous places. But yeah, it was not a pleasant experience. Obviously, most nail varnish removers contain acetone, so immediately after that it was panel wiped just to get any residue off, because the last thing I want is that. The paint's covered in black and it's got bits here and there anyway, but the last thing I want to do is ruin the paint anymore. Unfortunately, during that cleaning process there were a couple of marks that made their way onto the paint, namely a scratch in the top of the passenger side wing. That's going to have to be wet sanded out, but the paint is plenty thick enough to for that to happen. But there's a couple of other minor imperfections, so it's not terrible, but it's not great either. There were some areas that were clay barred prior to the realisation that nail polish remover was actually better. So there was hazing in places where they had been clay barred that needed polishing back up, and luckily my friend Nick came over one evening. We had a couple of beers and he set to it with a polisher and polished it all back out for me, which bailed me out basically. But say when this car's done and finished anyway, it's going in for a full polish and ceramic coating with him and at the place he works anyway, so that's going to be good to see in the future when it is actually fully built. So River Run's out the way, Retro Rides is out the way, the paint fiasco has been rectified for now. Show wise, I've got nothing now till I think back end of July, August at the earliest. So that's a period of about 3 months. I've got boxes and boxes of bits to chuck back on this. So I suppose I'll be carrying on where I left off really. So the main section of the wire and loom that goes in the front and finishes all the power into everything is the next big piece to go in. And last time we just fitted the rear section of loom and got it poking through the bulkhead there, if memory serves me well. So there's the front section on the floor down there, ready, sat waiting to go in, so we're going to jump straight on that and get that in. But just before we get started, we've had a delivery and there's a large pile of boxes there with bits for the interior that have turned up, so we're going to do some unboxing and see what we've got. Now, disclaimer, I have already had the tops off these boxes just so I know what's in each box, but I haven't taken any of them out of the bubble wrapping, or they're literally as they've come. So this box contains the dash rails. Now I was hoping to not need to have these recovered. I thought I'd be able to reuse the original ones. I mean, these are the original ones, they've just been recovered. But I was hoping to have them not recovered. But there was some damage on the one, and the lower dash rail was quite badly faded, so rather than slap some paint on them with a rattle can like I've done in the past, I thought I've gone to this extent, I might as well just spend the extra little bit and have them covered with everything else. So let's get it out of the bubble wrap and we'll see what's what. Oh, nice. Retrimmed lower dash rail in basic black. And there's the matching top to go with it. That's going to look lovely, that is. On to the next item. Nice black leather handbrake gator. It's actually got Velcro on the bottom, so I guess it velcros to the carpet I've bought as well. It's quite a nice touch. And a matching gear stick gator as well, again with the Velcro on the bottom. No surprise what this is. That's your rear parcel shelf with the original 5.5 inch speaker holes cut out. I'm not going to unwrap that just yet, but that's basically done in black leather. That's going to be nice. Rear wheel arch covers, just in black carpet, so we've got a pair of those. A pair of pocket carpets, these go in the bottom of the bins, and they're just like a plasticky back in basic black carpet. There was an option for leather yet, but I wanted something that would be a bit hard wearing because transporting bits and toys and whatever in the back for the kids. So quite a nice addition. This box contains the carpet, so it's just a standard black coloured carpet. This one is actually a giant piece of foam with a carpet covering. So it doubles up as sound deadening and insulatory sort of barrier, I'd guess. So that on top of the sound deadening that we've already put in should make quite a quiet ride, which should be ideal for little in the back and long journeys down to Cornwall and other shows up and down the country. But all the carpets like that, and you've got the piece here that goes across the footwell, as part of the bulkhead, which is basically the same with just a thinner foam. It's still black carpet, but that's all of that. Yeah, it's quite tightly packed in there, so I'm not going to pull it all out, but you get the idea. And finally, in box number 4, I saved the best for last. I'm really excited for these. These are the door cards. Those of you that will have seen the previous one will have seen that we managed to get some 1275 GT back seats, and these are going to pair up with them quite nicely. Eventually they'll be retrimmed to sort of match these a bit further, but you ready? got the black with the basket weave. He says drop in the box. They're really nice. But I'm not going to get all four out, not at the moment. You get the idea. So that's a taster of the interior. Andy's done a fantastic job trimming all that up. It looks banging. I cannot wait to get it in the car once it's ready to take it. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. Say Andy, Optimize Automotive, did all of that. He also did all the interior bits in my States, like the door cards, the headlining, other bits and pieces. But yeah, I've used him before and I've used him again now, and yeah, he smashed it out of the park like he did last time. Top job, Andy. With that out of the way, I guess it's time to tackle this box of wiring. So let's get this in that. So I've got the loom coming through the centre of the new bulkhead blanking plate. I say new, it's been on there 3 months now. Bit fiddly to fit. That might be because I'm running the standard plate behind it, because I've tried to double it up, but I'm quite happy with how it's sat. So the front's connected to the rear quite nicely, there's no tension on that. So we've just got to sort out the wiper motor, which is currently outside drying because I've just painted it black with a rattle can for the time being, tidy it up. But yeah, the loom's finally in the car. So it's been a few days. The P-clips I ordered have arrived, so I've started fitting those in. There was actually a threaded hole in here, I just had to clean it out because it was full of paint, so I've cleaned that out, put that in, and that's sitting there quite nicely. We've got the ignition relay connected up, ready to go as well. A few other bits have tidied up, just sort of made it look a bit better. Got the flasher relay in as well. More importantly, it's now got an engine in it. So there you have it, engine's finally back in the hole after 5 years. Now I haven't actually got any footage of us putting the engine in, but I've got some pictures which I'll pop up on screen somehow if I can figure it out. But yeah, Steve came over yesterday and helped me lift it in the hole. So it's finally it's off my garage floor, which means I'm not tripping over it every 5 minutes. But it's definitely a milestone. So what does that mean going forward? Well, just because the engine's in the hole doesn't mean it's done. There's still lots to do. There's lots of things to bolt back on. The exhaust, but I haven't even ordered yet. I've got a manifold, but that's sat under the bench waiting to be wrapped. I suppose the next logical step after this, I mean, there's little things I can put on, side repeaters, I can put the headlight bulbs in. I've got to figure out what's going on with the front indicators because I bought new glass units and they don't come with the Loom, so I've got to make that up from scratch. But I've bought specific bullet connectors, so it'll kind of be factory-ish, just with some tweaks here and there. But the next big task on this car, I suppose, is putting the headlining in, which is going to be fun. Now, I have got some old headlining, which is buried over there somewhere. All the bars are great apart from one's missing the end, so I'm going to try and get away with it as it is a rear one, but worst case I think the bar's about £12 from mini spares, so that's not the end of the world. But once the headlining's in, next I can start thinking about the glass. Once the glass is in, build the doors up. It should realistically fly together pretty quick now. Just a matter of time spent on it, and if I can get the time to spend on it, which is nice. I've got a load of work I've got to do on my MX-5 as well, so that's probably going to take up some time. And it's the middle of show season, so I'm going out in the car evenings and weekends, and generally socialising, which is nice because it means I'm not stuck at work. But anyway, I know it's been a while since the last video specific to this. Things just got out of hand, say the paint, the show, yeah, life got in the way generally, but back on it now. I've got my weekends back, sort of, so hopefully I spend some more time on this and get cracking with it. The aim is still Bingley in January. I think that's a realistic target at this moment in time. It gives me plenty of time to get everything done, get it road tested, get it tuned, and then get it all polished up and looking nice to hopefully stick in the pride of ownership. That would be the goal. But anyway, big milestone achieved. Engine's off the floor, it's in the hole, and I've got my drawer back, which means I can fill it with more crap that's eventually going to go in this. So thanks again, Steve, for helping me get the engine in yesterday. I've now got more space to fill with more crap. I'm going to leave that one there for now. I've got plenty to be getting on with, so I'm going to put along with that. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Take care. Thanks for watching.